What's good, y'all? It's Reekin with Ride with Anthony, and today it is time. I cannot believe we made it this far and as soon as possible. I'm talking about the 1,000-mile review of the ZT3 Pro from Segway. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Look, in a matter of like 2 months, your boy Reekin literally rode the shit out of this scooter. He got this scooter at like mid-June, and like by September, within a few months, he was already over 1,000 miles. I'm gonna be real with you. I did not think that I was going to ride the scooter as much as I did, or it was going to be as much fun as it was. But here I am to tell you what it really feels like to ride in New York City. If you made it this far with the channel, please like, share, and comment. If you have any questions or concerns, share that in the comments section. Let's get this started, y'all. If you want a quick recap, we did a full-length review on the Segway ZT3 Pro. If you want an overview, basically, it's a 43.5 mile range if you go slow as shit, and 25 mile per hour max speed. Has 11-inch to all-terrain tires, 1600 watt motor with the BMS 2.0 to make sure that your battery doesn't overcharge. That's the basics. It's built like a tank. It's built like a high-performance scooter. Unfortunately, the battery itself, the motor, it's like a commuter scooter, I should say. Because like I said in my last review, it can go hand in hand with the G3 and the ZT3 Pro, kind of depending if you want a bigger build or a little bit faster scooter with a more updated system and app for the G3. Enough of that shit. After 1,000 miles, does this scooter still bless me with gracing the streets of New York City? And are these bells and whistles in the app and on the build, is it helpful or hurtful for New York City? And how much do I use each one? Find out right now. In terms of riding it, well, to be honest with you, the answer is mostly yes. First off, this scooter is incredibly fun to ride. It is agile with how big it is. It is extremely safe. It feels really smooth with the suspension and the 11-inch tires. The biggest feature that the scooter has is the tires. Those tires, the fact that they're all-terrain, really do play a part. I put the ZT3 Pro through parks, this little dirt road that you use to get up to the Manhattan Bridge. I've used it to go through regular streets, sinkholes, potholes. I feel good and at ease. And because it's a smart scooter, if it feels more dangerous, it slows down. It's really, really cool. Really, really nice. You can ride with ease knowing that you're being protected as much as you can, unlike other scooters. But probably the biggest thing that I was dreading, that the ZT3 Pro just demolished, it killed, it was so good on, was riding those unpaved roads. You know when the city grinds up the streets and then like it's all uneven and it just kind of looks like, you know, like, what do you call that shit? So you know whenever the city goes and just like unpaves the roads just to repave it, and it just makes you feel like you have Parkinson's, vertigo on the sea, but it's like choppy waters and whatnot. Those roads, I was fearful for those. For the past scooters that I've ridden, they kind of take it or just like the eMove Cruiser V2 takes it just you got to be slow as you should. But the ZT3 Pro, because of it having that extra inch and those the little chunks of tire being a little more fat, it handles it like nothing. I rode through blocks of this type of stuff when they were doing this in my neighborhood, and my feet were not shaking too much. It felt good. Big plus from the ZT3 Pro. Loved it. So with the tires surprising me, it just shows that those all-terrain tires and the 11 inches really do go a long way. Size matters. Now, with that being said, I still have my gripes with the battery. I just think that the scooter still goes too slow. I still think that the performance of the G3 is still better than the ZT3 Pro. I think that the ZT3 Pro should go 28 miles an hour. I don't like that it goes 25. The boost mode that it has, to me, is just kind of worthless, especially with how minimum the speed limit is on it. And that, again, will forever be my biggest gripe against the ZT3 Pro. It's just a giant commuter scooter. But with the wheels, the build, the X-Lite, the cruise control, with how nicely built and polished it is together, how you stand on it, the comfortability, I mean, it's such a small complaint. So again, it still kind of does matter if you want a little more power or if you want a little more safety. On top of that too, there was supposed to be an external battery that the G3 and the F3 were supposed to get, and it still hasn't come out yet. It's still TBD. So with that being said, they're still like this. But what's really funny is that Monorim now has a ZT3 Pro external battery that looks like a Focusrite MIDI controller. All my sound engineers go wild. But now there's an external battery now that increases the speed and the range for the ZT3 Pro. So currently, the ZT3 Pro actually is destroying the G3 and the F3 because it has that attachment. We're still waiting on Segway. We're still waiting on someone to get us updated on what's going on with that attachment for those scooters. But apparently, yeah. Finally, the app and all its bells and whistles. To be real with you, I don't use a lot of it. The most I use is the cutoff for power when you're not on the throttle. I use that. I use TCS, and I use the airlock and the pass lock. Those are the things I use the most. All the other things I don't, but it's okay because if I ever wanted to change my ride style, I can tweak and change it. So just knowing that I have that freedom to do it, it feels well and it feels nice. What's also really cool is that your ride will never feel the same if you always wanted to change it, or you're not conditioned to ride like me. So for instance, I don't have the torque so high. I have it as a slow acceleration just to preserve battery. Person over there who's watching might prefer torque, or they want to actually coast and not have the battery die, or they might want to have like sleep mode on their scooter to help prevent other people from turning it on. You can do that. So it's not bad and it's not good. It's just strictly preference. And if it has to do with preference, it's only just positives if you think about it. With all that said and done, does the scooter run NYC? Yes, in safety, but not in distance. In distance, it ain't really running much. This is a borough specific scooter to do some stuff around your area from point A to point B, possibly point C, little point D, and then back home, as long as it's the same borough. So it runs your area. It's still the biggest commuter scooter because its lack of power, whether it's speed or range. And I'm a range guy more than speed. But even with that being said, it's way more fun to ride than I thought. It's very stylish. People love to look at the scooter. For good or bad, it's agile and it conquers pretty much any type of terrain I've put it through. The only thing I haven't tested in yet was snow. And I'm not really trying to ride on ice, so fuck that. One random thing that I found out about the ZT3 Pro is that a lot of dogs do not like it. I think the X thing scares them. I think the look of it makes it look a little more intimidating. I've never had dogs yell at me or try to chase me until I got on this scooter. The G2, the 9bot Max, the eMove Cruiser V2, never had those problems, but the ZT3 Pro, some animals are a little intimidated by that. So when you ride that around animals, please be careful. As always, watch your surroundings. So that's it, guys. That's the 1,000-mile review from the Segway ZT3 Pro. Am I going to keep this scooter? Knowing that it actually has the battery mod, the external battery pack, I just might as well do it. I was considering getting the GT3, but now that this external is out, I might just get the external battery and test out how far and how long I can take it around New York City and see if it can rival or beat the V2 and its range. I want to give a shout out to our people on the Patreon and the YouTube join. If you want to join our Patreon, all you got to do is click the join button or the Patreon link in the description. No pressure, but it does help us out growing our channel. It does help us out with making more episodes and providing more content for you guys. We love e-scooters. We love talking about this. We love covering New York City, and we love anything PEV related. So consider it. No pressure, but what I would like for you guys to do instead is to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 6,000, man. 6,000 subs. We've had a crazy fucking year, y'all, and it's only thanks to y'all that we've been able to do this anyway. So please subscribe if you like this stuff. 70% of you are not subscribed. Consider it. We want to hit 6,000 and we want to get to 10,000 as soon as possible. Grow the RWA community and get more people in tune with what's going on in New York and e-scooters and PEV. All right, y'all. That's Rika with Ride with Anthony. Much love. Ride safe. Stay safe. I'm out.